Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. Happy holidays. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and joyful holiday filled with love, laughter, and a good glass of wine. This week, we're throwing it back to one of our favorite episodes, originally aired in March. It's the perfect chance to get to know us better. Wendy, Kelly, and Lori. Cheers to you all, and thank you for being a part of our wine-loving show. Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori. Oh,
So, we're talking about some Gen X stuff, but first, we're going to do our Would You Rather.
yeah.
We're going to do your
We always wine whenever.
We
Yeah,
do.
but we're gonna
But
do
now we're
Would
going to
You
do Would You Rather.
Okay.
Would you rather be the only one laughing at someone or the only one being laughed at?
I'd
I'll
rather
be-
be the only one laughing at somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I laugh at everybody.
Interesting.
I don't want to be laughed at. I'm sure I am.
It's funny
You
because
can. I mean, you can. Not
I don't
that-
want to be
really-
laughed at. I'm sure I am, but I'd rather be the only one laughing at.
and I actually took it the other way because I felt like I don't want to be hurting someone's feelings and be
Oh,
the
look
only-
how nice. Look how nice Wendy is.
That's what I'm thinking.
Me and Kelly were like, fuck
I'm like,
that.
I'll
We're
take
laughing
it.
at people.
I'm like, I'll take it. You can laugh at me. You can laugh at me because I don't want to hurt someone else's.
Laughing at someone.
Oh, no. Kelly
I
feels
took
bad
it-
now.
I
I don't feel bad at all.
It's so funny.
I
I
knew
feel
she was
like-
going to feel
I
bad.
felt like somebody's joke. Like if somebody tells a joke and nobody else laughs, I'll be like, ha ha ha.
No, and I took it the other way. Like someone's like not being funny, and I'm laughing at them, making fun of them, and
No,
then
I
they're
don't wanna
feeling
make fun
bad.
of anybody. I
No,
never
oh
want to make fun of
God, she's gonna
anybody.
kill her now.
Lori's still
I
making fun of
never
them,
wanna
just so you
make
know.
fun of
Yeah,
anybody.
yeah.
Lori's totally still making fun.
Yes. And feel free to make fun of me at any time.
All
I
right.
know.
All right, next
I
one.
find it very funny.
Would you rather face punishment? I'm gonna do this again. Would you rather face punishment for a crime or try to hide it and get away?
No, I'm gonna face punishment for a crime.
Yeah, I think I'd face the punishment for that.
I would too, but I don't think I would commit a crime. I mean, not intentionally.
No, exactly.
But I don't want to hide that shit because that
No.
shit is heavy, and if it doesn't kill you externally, it will eat you out from the inside.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you just want to
Yeah.
be a true,
Yeah, just
honest
move on.
person
Yep.
in life. Yeah,
All right, this
for
next
sure.
one I think is really hard.
Oh yeah, that's
see
a
what you
hard
said.
one. It's a hard
Would you
one.
rather live in a world without music or one without colors?
I'm gonna go colors.
I definitely go. I think I go music.
I
I'm
think
too
I'm-
much of visual. Person.
I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. I think I'm, gonna
very
go.
Visual.
I'm gonna go music too. To be quite honest with you,
Yeah,
it's a hard one though.
yeah,
that
that's hard.
that is a hard one, but I like music.
Well, I mean, you
like-
wear all black. You don't give a shit about colors. Let's
I
be
don't.
real.
I really don't. You're
I know,
right.
I
You're
know.
absolutely right. Black is my gig.
Yeah.
So I could live in black and white.
Yep. You
No, what it's saying is that you're living in a world, and the pink
knows what it's
rose
saying.
is black and black. Like,
Yeah, no,
there's
I-
no
I-
color anywhere.
No,
yeah,
she
I
gets
know.
that.
I get it. I
And
just
you're
don't
so
want to
good.
live
She's
without
okay
music.
with it.
Oh.
Yeah, she gets
yeah,
it.
no music. I like music.
All right. Would you rather live a dangerous and exciting life or a safe and boring one? Dangerous
I feel like
and
I'm
exciting.
living a safe and boring one.
I think I'd go dangerous and exciting.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm living a safe and boring one, and that's by choice. Like my husband has always said, like we should do this, and I'm like, no, that's too risky, and I'm like not a risk taker.
So you want to switch it up? Is that what you're saying?
I think I want to
Dangerous
switch
and
it up.
exciting. You go,
there you
girl.
go.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather be more patient or more confident?
I'd rather
More-
be more patient.
More patient.
More
I
patient?
definitely
Because I'm
need
pretty
more-
fucking confident
I'm
now.
pretty confident. Yeah.
No, I need more patience for
Yeah.
sure.
So that's our Would You Rathers. Next, we're going to be talking about technology and Gen X.
And
Wendy just threw
follow
her
the
notes.
YouTube, Facebook,
well, they don't know
and
that. They didn't say
Instagram.
it.
Yeah, but they're gonna
think it's
see the clips of
hysterical.
us.
I think
Okay.
it's
We're a
hysterical.
fucking hot mess
That's
every
all right.
week.
That's all right.
Well, and this week we're going to talk about a tech mess.
A tech
Yeah.
mess,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
true
yeah.
Gen X challenge.
Yes.
Yeah,
Go to the next slide, Lori, because we have a lot to say about this.
yeah.
I can't read it, so you're going to have to read it. It
It says-
Remember remember
The payphone.
payphones.
I remember payphones.
I remember payphones too, for crying out loud.
What was the code when you tried to do a collect call?
Oh, what was star 69?
That's
that
to,
was-
that's
that
to
was
see who called you.
No. When you had to make a collect call from a payphone and you wanted your mom to pick you up, and they say, "What's your name?" You said, "It's time to pick me up. I'm not now, Mom," or something.
Yeah.
Like you say something. I don't
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
what
yeah.
was
There was
it.
something you had to do. Yeah, you're right.
So you wouldn't.
Emergency breakthrough?
No, that was different. But when you were at a payphone and you didn't have the quarter or the 10 cents, because honestly,
You
it
call
was
and
10
collect,
cents.
right?
Right.
You'd call collect,
Yeah.
but your
But there was
parents
some
wouldn't accept
numbers.
charges. No. You'd get the operator on the phone. You say, "I'm making a collect call to," and you give
Yes.
the operator. You get a person.
Yeah.
Listen to me, people. Those of you who are watching me, watch me. Listen to me, people. We'd hit 0, and an operator, a live person,
Yes.
Yeah.
would answer us, and you say, "I'd like to make a collect call, please," and you give them the number. You wouldn't punch it in. You'd tell them the number.
Yeah.
They would dial the number, and they'd say, "Who's calling?" And you say, I don't remember exactly what you say, but you say something like, "It's time to pick me up, Mom."
Yeah.
And they'd say, "A collect call from, it's time to pick me up, Mom." And you'd say, "No, will not accept it.
Would not
I
accept
will
the
not
charges
accept
because you
it.
already got the message.
I will not accept the charges." And they would say, "Sorry, they will not accept the charges." And they'd hang up, and your mom would come pick you up.
It was
Yeah.
like the.
Do you remember
beeper.
that? Did you
Yeah.
do that too?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Before
I
the
just collect
beeper,
called my
yeah.
mom and was like, "Come pick me up," and she was like, "Okay, I'll be right there."
Oh, so you had the
But
dime? Because it was
but
a
the
dime when we
emergency
first,
breakthroughs
and then it went to a
were
quarter.
like
Yeah, the emergency
for the
breakthroughs. Remember
boyfriend.
that? Yep.
Well,
the
that was before call
emergency
waiting.
breakthroughs were for the boyfriend.
That was before call waiting.
Yes.
There was a
yes,
thing
yes,
called an
yes.
emergency breakthrough.
Well, these people don't even know. There was
No.
a thing called call waiting.
Yeah.
Well, there was a
exactly.
thing called a rotary phone and no caller ID, so you didn't
Yeah.
know who was calling until you
Yes.
answered the damn phone.
Yes.
Want to
So
hear a funny story?
Please.
Because I always say it's a funny story, and you guys are gonna laugh so hard, but you're not gonna laugh so hard at this. But so my nephew Alex lived with us for the first 3 years of his life before Terry and Andy got married and moved out and broke all of our hearts. But Alex picked up the phone one time and dialed 911 and hung up the phone. Or maybe he pressed 0. You know, when
Right,
0
something.
used
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get
yeah.
you. Okay. So they called back.
Mhm.
And
As
I-
they're supposed to. I used to be a 911 dispatcher.
yeah. So I answered the phone and they were like, "This is blah, 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 blah. Is there a problem there?" And I thought it was a joke. I was like a teenager. I'm like, "There's always a problem here."
Oh Lord.
Well, thank God at the time, I mean, we still know a lot of brick cops.
You
but
knew
at
the dispatcher.
we knew the cop,
cop that
who
showed up.
knocked on the door. And he was like, "Is there a problem here?" And Terry went to the door and she was like, No, my son, who was like 2,
Right.
called the operator. Yeah.
That's so
Could you
funny.
imagine if that happened now, though?
No.
There would be like a full-blown
SWAT team.
investigation.
Right.
Yeah,
But
SWAT team,
just
the whole
the whole
thing.
phone thing that we're talking about it, like our kids have no idea.
No.
We had to know phone numbers.
Yep.
We had to
Yeah,
know phone
you
numbers.
Had to have a phone book.
My mother, when she met my father, she was an operator for the telephone company.
And
She
that's when
was
they
the
used to
one
plug the
With
things
things
the,
in
doing the
Yep,
things,
yep.
doing the switchboard. Like, that's crazy.
Yep.
These kids have no
I
idea.
just picture Lily Tomlin on
That's what I
Laughing.
picture too.
And Goldie Hawn.
They
Right.
don't know
So
what
if
laughing
you
is
were
yet.
out somewhere, you had to find a payphone if you
Yes.
wanted to contact anybody.
Anybody.
Right.
You had to have because there was no other, or you could go into a place of business and ask if you could use their phone.
Right.
But those
That
were
was
your
it.
options. That
Yep.
was it.
That was it.
So I have a slide up here, and it said, "Kids exploring ancient ruins."
And it's
it
a
shows
payphone.
two like preteens
Yep.
taking pictures of an old payphone, and you had to have that big, huge. My husband just got a phone book the other day.
Oh, yeah, they had the telephone
They
book
had the
hanging from the phone
You
booth
had
in
to-
case you
remember
had to
you
look
had
up
to-
a number because
Had
it
that
wasn't
big,
free.
thick- you used
We
to have
don't get them in the mail anymore, though,
No,
right?
because
no,
there's the
yeah.
internet, Kelly.
Yeah.
no,
Have you
I
met
know.
it?
Yeah,
But like, I feel like we've gotten like phone books within the past at least 5 years.
Yeah,
right?
I'd say the past like
No,
5 years. but
yellow
yeah.
pages only. Only
Oh,
the
oh,
yeah.
Yellow
only
Pages,
yellow
yeah.
pages. No one's
So-
no one's putting out a white page.
No. So when we used to go on vacations, that's one thing that my husband always did. As soon as we got to where we were going, he'd get the phone book.
Really?
Yeah.
And what would he look for?
Because if we were in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, he'd get the phone book. He'd want to look at see what's around there. What's the businesses? What's the restaurants? Like he'd get the
Yeah,
911
yeah.
on the whole deal
Oh, see?
by looking
phone
at
that
book
was
was
his
his
Google.
that was his Google.
Yes.
You had that and a
Yes.
map, bruh. That's what you had.
That's it.
That and a map.
That's all you had.
That's all you had. So look at these.
Those
I
are
have-
cordless phones,
Yeah.
not even cell
So
phones.
the one all the way to the left was like the first cell phone I remember.
Yeah. So I have on on our YouTube, and I'll put a clip up on social media. I have all different phones, older phones, on the screen.
So I'm going to tell you guys a cell phone story. I was probably very early on with the cell phones, right? Remember when the cell phones first came out? They were trying to get people to get them, and they did like free nights and weekends.
Yes.
So I lived in Ocean County, and Bill, my husband, but then boyfriend, lived in Middlesex County. And that is when you had to, when you called from a landline, it was a long distance phone
Yes,
call.
that was
Yes.
considered long distance.
That was
It
a
cost more
long-
money.
Distance phone call. So I would not call Bill because I wasn't spending money to talk on the phone. And anyone who knows my husband knows that Bill can talk.
Yes. Yes.
So he would call me, and his phone bill would be astronomical. But it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
So my father said to me, Wendy, you should get one of those cell phones because it's free nights and weekends, and you can call Bill's house, and it will be free.
Oh.
Idea. So I went out and I got a cell phone because the plans at the time were very cheap.
Yeah.
Maybe it was $25 a month.
Right.
And I could talk to Bill on nights and weekends, which is when I wasn't working anyway,
Right.
and it was free. Isn't that crazy?
That's
Yeah.
Like our kids have no concept.
They have no
of
clue.
what the goings on is.
Like-
So,
Right.
that was interesting seeing all the older style phones. And how about when you had to text somebody?
Right. You had to hit the
Forget
number.
What a chore it was. I have a slide up here. Texting wasn't always easy. In my day, you had to work for it. You had to want it. You need an S, you better click that 7 button 4 times. You know how you used to have to make so
The QWERTY. Oh no,
Yeah.
QWERTY was the one where you
But, like-
eliminated that. But
remember when you used to have to try and send a text on
yes,
this little
I
tiny
remember being at Terry's
screen
house, and her boys
oh.
were teenagers, and they were like this on their cell phones, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" They're like, "We're texting our friends." I'm like, "Why don't you just call them and
Right,
tell them where
right.
to meet?" And they were like,
right.
"Why would we call them when we can text them?"
Because it
Yep.
used to be
I
a
was
pain
like,
in the
"Oh,
ass.
okay." Like I didn't.
And the
Yeah.
funny thing is, even when it was a pain in the ass back then, I don't feel like we were doing all the shortcuts the kids are doing now in texting.
No.
We would be like, come get me, not like whatever. Or,
Right.
see you later.
Right.
We wouldn't do, why can't I think of what they are, the shortcuts? Whatever.
I hope you're not depending on me to think.
No,
of
I'm
what
not.
they
I'm not.
are.
Wait. Wait.
I don't know.
Why are you jumping?
I don't jump.
All right.
No,
oh,
we
no. Okay.
covered
Yeah,
that.
that's the next one. Yeah, no, you're not jumping. I'm
you
sorry.
were right.
I'm sorry.
I'm missing a slide. I had
you're
one that
good.
had a beeper on it.
Oh, I had
My
a beeper.
husband and I, that's how we used to communicate.
I did
He
not
had
have a
the
beeper.
I only had a beeper for work. I had a beeper for my job. I didn't have my own personal, I wouldn't,
Yeah.
but Bill had a beeper. And I would beep him or
Yep.
page him,
Right.
and he would
So-
call.
A beeper,
I didn't do the beeper thing.
children, is this device that you'd have to carry around and clip on your belt. And when someone wanted
Get in touch
to
with
get
you.
in touch with you, you didn't have a cell phone, but you had this beeper. And you could put a number sequence in there. So if
You put your phone number in it.
right,
And they would call you.
and
back.
they would
And they'd
call,
call you
and then
back.
they'd find a payphone, and they'd call you back.
I always watch Friends,
Mm-hmm.
like any rerun, and the beeper issue came up with Ross when his ex-wife went into labor, and I was like, oh my god, because Tess watches Friends,
Mhm.
like she doesn't even know what a beeper is.
Yeah.
How
it's
can you
so
watch Friends
funny.
and not know what a beeper is.
Well,
Like,
now she does
Now
she
because
does,
of
right.
friends.
Because
but
of
other
friends.
than
Friends
friends,
had taught
she
her.
wouldn't know.
Right.
yeah. So when I was, Bill had a beeper because, again, I don't know why, but he did. When I started working selling phone systems, I used to sell phone systems to businesses. So the way they would get in touch with us, they gave us a beeper, but it was like the fanciest beeper you could ever get. Like it had like this big display on it, on the front of it, and they would send out these texts to you, and you'd have to
Yeah.
like call back to the office because I had a cell phone, but they weren't providing a cell phone.
Right.
And my nights and weekends were free, but I probably only had 60 minutes a month.
Right,
Right, with my $25 plan.
Exactly.
Can you imagine? And I used to, even when I worked at Monarch, I used to have to pay per text. Like I didn't have unlimited texting.
Yeah.
I didn't have unlimited texting. I don't know if you remember that. I used to tell people to text me through my Comcast number because that was free,
Right.
but which was my home number.
Right.
But don't text me because I didn't have unlimited texting.
Right.
Yeah. Well, just the whole total rise of technology from when
Yeah.
we went from a rotary phone, 13 channels, to communicating with anywhere in the world at any time point.
Sure.
It's just, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
So, and it does, and I agree with this. It does make me feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
definitely. So it says here, 91% of Gen Xers and baby boomers admitted that technology has made them feel overwhelmed.
It's funny because I actually love technology. I do. I've
I
always
don't
loved
mind it once I get. Oh,
Listen, you taught you taught yourself on the MacBook with all
right,
this.
but I'm just
you know?
saying, learning it is. I don't know. It does make me anxious.
I love technology. I've always loved technology. When I was in college, this is how old I am as a Gen Xer. We had a computer class, and this is in 1986. In 1986, we had a computer class. It was DOS.
Yeah.
Like, people don't, my kids have no idea what DOS is. It was DOS. That's crazy
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
think that we've come so far. I was watching a Gen Xer the other day I think it was on TikTok, and they're like, when we say 20 years ago, like, we're talking about the 80s, and it's so true. Like,
Yeah.
in our mind, like, 20 years ago
Right.
was the 80s, but we're in 2024.
Yeah.
We're in
That's
2024.
40
That's a
years
lot.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot. So
It is a lot.
I thought it interesting. So it's computers, Instagram, Facebook, smartphones, then QR codes at restaurants is kind of the order of
Like, anxiousness.
like 32% of computers make Gen X.
They feel overwhelmed.
They feel overwhelmed. Yeah.
30%.
Yeah, 30%.
So go back to your other slide because I was looking. Nope, one more up. Nope, the other way. I was looking one more up.
One more. There you
I
go.
was looking at those, and I'm going through all of them. Which one says metaverse? What percentage is that? it's-
20 something.
It's after
metaverse
25.
25.
So metaverse and Twitter were the same. I was like, I knew every single thing up there, but I was like, what the heck is metaverse? So they go to
You
the
don't know
next
what
one.
metaverse is,
No,
yeah.
go
Yeah,
up.
but it's right here. Look.
No. I Googled it and I have a whole definition.
Okay, I'm going to show you though.
Okay.
Although 76% agree the metaverse could allow them to do things they could no longer do in real life. This was the technology that they were least excited about.
Right,
Right.
but who knows what it is?
I know what it is.
What is it?
Facebook, Instagram.
No, I thought that's what it was. Read that.
No. It is. The metaverse is a network of shared, immersive virtual worlds where people can connect with friends, create and play games, work and shop. You can think of the metaverse as a cyberspace or an evolved three-dimensional internet where logging in isn't necessary.
So my question is, because I thought the same thing, like, is
Yeah.
it Facebook and Instagram? Because because
I
Facebook,
thought it
they
was.
wanted to be Meta, and
Yeah.
we go to the Meta Business Suite to manage both our Facebook
Right.
and our Instagram.
But
So
they
I
just
said,
got the wording
so
from there.
that's what it is. The metaverse is that definition that you gave, which is all of it. It's the whole interconnection and immersion into technology, whether it be social media or videos, or
But they're all connected together.
they're all connected together.
Like when you turn your smartphone on, they're listening to every word you say.
Well,
They're sending you,
exactly.
they're sending
just
you,
like Alexa.
they're sending
That's why I
you,
don't have one.
I don't give a shit.
they're sending you things that are tailored to you,
Absolutely.
very specifically.
Yep.
So the metaverse, has to do also with like quantum physics. It's
Wait, what did you just say?
quantum physics,
I'm
Absolutely.
sure it is. Sure.
the concept of metaverse.
Right.
Absolutely. Yes, it's tied into quantum physics. You could look into it. You'll
No,
see.
I believe you, but that is very deep from you at this hour.
You like it?
I'm impressed.
Well, listen, but
I'm
I totally believe in that to begin with. I think that there's kind of alternate universes. I think that the people who die are, like, to me, heaven is an alternate universe,
Yeah.
and it's something that occurs at the same time that I'm occurring.
Yeah.
So I feel like my mom is with me because I feel like she is in this alternate universe
Yep.
that's parallel to mine, and that she can be with me
Yep.
in ways that are way deeper than she could be with me
Physically.
when she was alive. And
Yep.
whether that's just a coping mechanism or not, I don't
No,
really
no,
fucking
no,
care.
no. Listen, you know my very best friend.
This is saying, one second, this is saying low battery.
Okay.
Why is it just, do we just leave it?
I mean, do you have a battery charger with you?
I do not.
Okay, so then yeah, we just leave
Okay,
it.
there you go.
All right. So my very best friend, since I was 7, her mom passed away, this week. And I went to the funeral, and she was like my second mom. It was very sad. However, she has been ill for 2 years. And her daughter said she can help me more there than she can here.
So true.
Exactly.
So true. Especially when they're here and they're suffering
Exactly.
and they're
And
not
she has
living
been
to
for
their
2
right.
years.
They're not living to their potential, or
No,
to,
and
they're
it's
not
very
living.
heartbreaking for the kids because they're doing their best to take care of her, and it's
Yep.
very sad.
So that's my whole thing. But if you look up metaverse, it's very interesting.
No, it's
Yeah,
very
for
interesting.
sure.
and
It
I
is.
something I definitely want to try and really get into is I really like the AI.
Oh, AI is awesome. I mean,
So
it's
much.
scary.
It's scary.
It's very
listen,
scary.
the
I'm
whole-
scared of it.
This is the whole thing. I listened to a podcast, the Gen X Stories,
Mhm.
and in it they were talking about Gen X and social media, and it's that same theory and concept as if we look at technology today. If you go on your phone and you go on Facebook and you find some outfit you really like and you buy it, once you do anything like that, you're in. Everybody's
Yep.
got all your shit.
Yep.
So it's kind of either just totally go with it or
I buy more shit off of Instagram
Oh,
than
yeah.
anything.
absolutely. Oh yeah, no, that's a big
Vox
thing.
Volin?
No, no, no.
Of
I
Facebook,
believe,
it's
I
a
believe
neck-
it's a big thing.
It
I
is
believe
that's
it's a
the
big thing.
next platform of shopping.
For sure.
Absolutely. So we're gonna look.
And you
into
give
it,
me like
ladies.
Leva from, Southern Hospitality and Southern Charm, which we
We need to talk about,
yeah.
but not
Oh,
today.
Not today.
not
No,
today.
we definitely need to talk about
But
this.
like I love her shit. And Madison from Southern Charm.
So it was interesting. So they
Mm.
were talking about all those concepts, and it's like, once you're in, you're in,
Yep.
and just fuck it. Like
Yep.
I like to shop from Temu. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. They have all my information. But you can't shop there. They have all your information. You know what I
I'm gonna
say?
tell you a funny
Guess what?
story.
Everybody
Again,
has all your information.
Eric asked for a dash cam for Christmas because he
Oh,
likes
yeah,
to
yeah.
record his shit. I got him. I went on.
He's the man
I-
on the street. He's just
I saw
reporting.
the reviews. I read the reviews. It was a great reviewed product. Blah 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 blah. I get him a dash cam for Christmas, and he's like, "I can't use this." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Return it. It's made in China." I don't want them knowing our information.
Guess what? They know all your shit.
They
anyway.
know everything.
They know everything.
I had to return it.
Yeah.
I
You
tried.
got a credit. Now go spend that shit on you.
Yeah, because
I did.
and
I did.
and one of the things I said I thought was interesting is that all this ease of technology and enjoying social media, blah blah blah. You don't necessarily get a bill in the mail for it, but you pay for it.
Of course.
You pay for it with your data that they're getting from you
Definitely.
all the time. So I thought that was interesting.
Is your husband on social media at all?
He will look on Craigslist and he will look
That's
on
not social media.
No.
That's a shopping.
No.
That's like the
and he will look on
the
Facebook.
classifieds.
He'll look on Facebook Marketplace.
Again, like classifieds.
For whose account?
But get this. You can look on without having an account. You just can't message anybody anything.
Right.
Okay.
My daughter and my husband both simultaneously haunt me. Oh, look, there's this thing on Marketplace. Send them I'm like, no, get your own fucking Facebook.
Yep.
I don't care whether you call it Teddy Bunny Rabbit's fucking account. No one gives a shit. Make up some account, go on Facebook Marketplace, and find your own fucking shit. No,
Right.
I'm not.
Right.
So the two of them are funny like that.
Yeah,
But then
yeah,
there's
yeah.
me.
Well,
who
they
won't
can
go on
share their
camera.
own Happy
Right.
Bunny
Right.
account.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's their problem. I'm not getting
That's it.
involved.
Yeah.
I'm not getting involved.
My husband is not on any social media.
Yeah. God bless him. He's the best. He's the smartest one of us all.
It is a time.
Oh yes, it is a time sucker. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I wasn't on TikTok until we started doing this.
I've always known about TikTok, and I've always known how addicting it is.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it on my phone for a very, very, very long time, but I had it like hidden because once you start doing it, you get
yes.
sucked in.
Oh, you get sucked into all
And
of it.
even still now, it's not like up in the front. I'll go on there, I'll post something, I'll look at the analytics, I'll see what's going on, I'll do a couple scrolls, and I'm like, nope, get out.
Yep.
Because you could be
Yep.
there for hours.
Exactly.
Hours. And it's crazy.
Yep.
Another thing they were saying, it was interesting how like influencers initially started like totally behind the scenes. Like an influencer was somebody that like brands sought out to do actual reviews of products. And then somehow things switched and like all you had to do was make a video of you holding a pocketbook and
No, it's insane.
yeah. And they were also talking about how like the correlation, and it goes back to our pod that's coming up on kids and in Sephora and skincare, like how everybody wants to be
Actually,
an influencer.
that they heard already,
Yeah, they
because
heard
at this point, they'll have heard it already.
Well, there you go.
But you know what it started with? It started with blogging. That's how the
Yes.
influencers started, because they would
Yes.
start writing reviews. And
Yes.
because I listen to a lot of the Buzzsprout podcast, which is who we host ours through,
Yeah.
is Buzzsprout.
Yeah.
And they talk about like the evolution of the podcast and how long it's been around and like all different strategies and stuff. And I started like they were talking about that. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, that's so true. Like it was about blogging and getting content out there and about getting SEO. I don't honestly, I could be wrong, but I don't think SEO is what it used to be.
I don't know.
Do you know what SEO is?
Yes, it's
Do you know what it is?
Search
No.
word
Search
optimization.
engine
Yeah, optimization.
optimization.
So
and that's
keywords.
Keywords.
So if we're talking about tonight, we're talking about technology. If I post something, I need to do hashtag tech, hashtag technology.
it's
If-
optimizing
when I
your
write
content.
a description of something, like if we're writing a description of our episode,
Yeah.
those are the keywords that if somebody types into Google podcast tech, then
Right.
when you have those words
Right.
And that's
play.
big. I mean, it's still big, but it's not what it. I don't think it's what it used to be because of hashtags. Like
Well,
when
actually-
blogging started, it wasn't hashtags.
No, but actually, the things that I've been reading is actually the opposite. that SEO is becoming more important than the hashtags because somehow the hashtags have just gotten
Becoming
kinda
more
like,
obsolete.
yeah, like
Yeah.
kind of used up. So that's why it's important in any description that you write that it's the wording. I actually saw a girl do a very interesting video where she was selling a dress on Amazon, and behind the picture of her dress on her actual post was written text with all SEO keywords, and then she slapped the picture of the dress on top of that written text. So people saw the picture of the dress, but the algorithm saw the words that were behind the
Oh,
picture that described what she
right.
was selling. So it was just very, very
We
interesting.
need to try that on our posts
Yes,
because
I've been wanting to try that.
so one of the things, we're new at this.
Yeah.
We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok. And
And none of them have been easy.
no,
To
it's not
navigate.
easy. It's not easy. It is a work in progress. But one of
Mhm.
the things I look at is I look at the analytics because that's who I am. I want to see what's working and what's not working. But what I've been finding is I can't figure it out. We put one post up and on Facebook it goes here, on the same post on Instagram doesn't do anything, and then I put it on TikTok and it goes off the rails. I was just showing Lori yesterday on YouTube. I'll put some of our short reels that Lori creates,
Mhm.
but if I put them in the video section, we don't have any views. But if I put them in the shorts section, they get a lot of views.
Hmm.
So this is just
But
one
this
Gen
is the thing.
Xer.
Yeah, Gen X, it's exhausting. It's
Yeah.
so
It's a
many
Gen-
things to learn.
It's a Gen X thing, right?
Mhm.
So we don't know this, but I'm sure if I said to my kids, because my kids are telling me all the time what it is we're doing wrong. They've told me how we can make all this money and we could do it this way and we could do it that way. And they may or may not be right because they don't really know what it is we're doing, to be quite honest with you. They think I'm just being loud in the basement.
We
And-
are.
And everything I do is cringy and
Mhm.
embarrassing.
Mhm.
One of them will not listen to me. The other one, the other night, I was sitting with him and he was listening to us at 2 times. By the way, try it. You guys try it out there. On your podcast, you can adjust the speed. You can do 1 times 1.25, 1.5, and 2 times your speed. It is funny as shit.
Oh, sped up.
With us talking really quick.
Right. We sound like chipmunks. And I said,
Oh, I like it.
but Andrew's like, listen, I got all the content I needed.
Right.
And I could still understand you. I said, well, and I talk fast. I'm a fast talker. Like, I think people from New York and New Jersey are fast talkers to
Yeah,
begin with.
for sure.
We're not like the Midwest.
No.
Not that I'm insulting the Midwesters, but we're fast talkers.
Yeah.
So you speed us up and we're really fast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
So, one of the things they brought up in regards again to the influencer is the subject of, well, is the influencer like all the narcissists? It was just a concept, and it was a very interesting concept to think.
You know what you should look into, Lori? I don't know if you've looked into this, but Bethany talked about the whole concept. I'm sorry. I just had
Get brain
whole-
fart. You had a brain
yep.
fart.
I don't like to say that word. The whole concept.
Brain fart, brain fart,
The
brain
whole
fart.
concept of de-influencing. So the influencers get paid to influence a brand, but
Which she's doing all the time.
but she's also debunking a lot of brands too.
Yes, she does.
She debunks them. I mean, yes, she is a paid sponsor for Laura Geller, but she will also go to the dollar store and go to the drugstore and tell you which drugstore
Drugstore
brands
ones are good, right?
as opposed to the high end ones.
Right.
So that's called de-influencing. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know
well,
if I
this is the
agree
thing.
with all that.
People get very
Is it de-influencing or uninfluencing?
what happens
I
is
don't know.
people get very annoyed. People are getting annoyed with people just selling them shit,
Right.
selling them shit.
Right.
So it's almost like now if you want to sell shit, you have to come in like from the back end.
So listen, if you're Bethany and you're getting paid by Laura Geller to promote her brand, just fucking promote her brand.
No, but listen, there's nothing wrong with getting paid
You don't
by
have
Laura
to.
Geller.
You don't have to talk shit about somebody else's brand.
Why?
No,
If
but that's
it's-
not what she's doing.
if
She's
it's
not
not
talking
good.
about shit about other brands. She's going out and she's buying the high-end highlighter and the dollar store highlighter.
And trying them both and
Or
giving
the-
you.
Or the high-end
So what
highlighter
if she
and
finds a highlighter that she likes more than Laura Geller's?
she doesn't review Laura Geller's things.
But then why is she a paid sponsor?
Because
Laura
she
Geller-
likes them.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have any problem
so
saying,
what
look,
if
I really
she-
like Laura Geller
So Laura
products.
Geller is okay with
Yeah.
her finding another.
You can have more than one sponsor, yeah.
No, you could have more than one product that you like, and obviously they're okay with it because, like you said, like she doesn't have to. When she gives you her reviews, she's giving you her honest opinion. She is a
But-
supporter of Laura Geller. She at this point in her life, and she
You
can
don't
do
think
this.
she's getting paid by anybody other than Laura Geller?
Yes.
What I'm saying to you,
Yeah, she gets paid by other people.
Yeah, she
when
sure
she
does.
when she
Yeah,
does
let her
those
go with her bad self.
when she does those reviews, she's not doing it based on who's paying her.
No.
You don't think?
Oh, I
No.
know she's not. I know she's not because
No,
she doesn't
because I've
need
seen
to.
her.
You think people are going to pay her to say that something else is better than what they're paying her to say is good?
No, honey.
I don't think this is a conversation to have right now.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
We'll move on
Um,
from this.
Okay.
You're
Move
not
on.
getting that. You're not getting That's okay.
But
We love
for a sweet comparison, just consider how it used to be the norm to knock on your neighbor's door to borrow a cup of sugar.
Which I still do.
And
With no
your gr-
qualms.
and you'll even go in the backyard and grab some sage or whatever it is you need.
Yes, that's
and there's
exactly
nothing or tomatoes or
Yes.
peppers. That's
Yeah.
what we do in
That's
this
what we
neighborhood. This
do.
is the hood though.
Well,
There's the hood,
this neighborhood, we definitely do
Right.
that.
Right. And your grandparents still might do this. But nowadays, we can order an entire bag of sugar delivered to our doorsteps within a
Mhm.
few clicks
Mm-hmm.
on a grocery delivery app. And by the way, you can get it within the same day.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I mean, it may cost you $65 for the 5
So-
pounds of sugar,
So
but
Tess had to go into work today. I'm not going to say where she works.
she'll
at
be happy about that.
7:45. So I don't know what time it was, but she texted me. We had one DoorDash delivery.
At what
I
time?
said, that's it. I'm not going to say.
Oh.
Oh, okay. So I'll say.
You're not going to say where
Like,
she works.
So like, I'm not going to say where she works. So by 9:00, she went in at 7:45,
Mhm.
and at 9:00, she was like, "We had one DoorDash delivery."
And that was it.
I said, "See, DoorDash is the devil."
That's right.
I tell my kids all the time, listen, I get people make money on DoorDash, but if you order food from a restaurant, you're already lazy enough to not make the meal yourself.
Right.
Go fucking
Go
pick it up.
Go pick it up.
For crying out loud.
Well, I listen to Bravos, and I know you do too.
Mm-hmm.
And Steele was talking about when he was with his daughter, and they were ordering Chick-fil-A on DoorDash, and then he went to do it, and it was like $60. Like $60 for $20. I mean, Chick-fil-A is expensive to begin with.
Of course.
So then you add the DoorDash fees
Yeah.
and the time
Yeah.
and the delivery. It was like
Ridiculous.
$60 for like
Yep.
$25 worth of food.
And he lives near Philly, right?
Yeah.
Ridiculousness. So it's interesting. They said
Go through the drive-thru.
Yeah, exactly.
the 40, 50, and 60-year-olds, women, are the new rise on TikTok. Hence our friend Nicole Hibbert.
Ever.
And because they just, women just they won't care. We don't care anymore. We're
No.
We
like,
don't care. Why?
don't
I
care.
mean, why do we care? I
No,
mean,
we don't care.
We've
We
gotten
don't
this
care.
far.
right.
We,
And,
Lori,
and it's
what
kind
is your motto? It's your motto.
I don't give,
I don't give a fuck.
That's it. That's your motto. That
I don't
is
give
your
a
motto.
fuck. I don't.
For real.
I don't care.
People can sit home and judge us all they want.
But guess
Fuck
what,
you.
Yeah. There you go.
Lori? Guess what?
What? I don't
give
give
a
What's
a
your
fuck.
motto? That's it. I don't like to say that word.
I know.
I just.
We'll say it for you.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
do
give
it
a
for you.
fuck.
I don't have a problem hearing it, but I just don't like
Well,
to
you've
say
heard it for long enough. It is what it is.
Yep.
Talk
Give a
about
fuck.
the digital immigrants. I can't really see
Yeah.
what it says. What does
So,
it say?
regarded as people who were not born into the digital era,
It's us.
digital immigrants have had to adapt to technologies over time.
Yeah.
That is totally us. So in
I
this,
do have to say, though, I feel like working in an office environment has helped me
oh, absolutely,
keep up with. yeah.
Yes, yes, Because I hide out in my house and I have to learn all the stuff myself.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I don't know that I necessarily worked in an office environment, but I've always been out there working, and I
Like you said,
technology.
you like
I love tech.
Yeah.
I love technology. I love it. I would have a smart house.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always talking to my stuff. You know that. I'm like, if
Yeah.
I can't get them working or there's a glitch with them, it aggravates me until I get it working. I like technology.
So, Gen Xers, 56 to 41 years old, consume 165 hours of TV per month.
Our kids
I
don't like TV.
love
Our kids don't
TV.
watch TV. They very rarely watch TV. They
It's
or
all
spend.
streaming.
No, but they spend more time on their phones.
Yes, they spend
My
much
kids
I mean,
more
watch
I'm
time on
watching
their
TV
phones.
and they're sitting next to me on their freaking phone, and I hear it, and I'm like, "Put on your AirPods." I don't want to hear it, and they
Yep.
get mad at me. I don't like hearing my show and your shit in my
Right.
other ear.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
that's-
Right.
It
Right.
aggravates me.
Yeah.
And 74% are on social media. So
Women, specifically women, right?
specifically
Yeah.
women,
I mean,
yes.
I think we're on social media more than men because
yes.
yeah,
We need a fucking escape from
we
reality.
need a yes, that's it. And we like
Yeah.
to communicate. Women like to communicate.
Yep.
Mhm.
They don't. The men don't like to communicate.
No.
Oh, and when I was listening to the Gen X Stories podcast, one host was saying how she was thought she was taking notes in like a notes app, but she was on her regular messages.
Oh
She was
no.
messaging.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's
which brings
awful.
me to a very funny story that a group text, and I cannot do group texts. I don't do them
Oh.
well. I do them very.
We love this
Can you
story
tell?
though.
Are you
Very
going to tell our
badly.
story about your group text?
Absolutely.
You can tell. Anybody can tell it. I don't
You
care.
tell
no,
it.
you
I'll
tell it.
I'll tell it.
Tell the story.
So my dear friend,
Don't name her.
who used to live in our neighborhood,
She knows who she is.
She moved away, and
BR. We'll
Yeah.
call her BR.
she moved away, not far, but she moved away, and we wanted to get together and see her. But every year we had this annual Halloween party, and it turned out that finally the day we could have the Halloween party was on the same day that she wanted to see us. and-
Because of weather.
Yes. And I didn't want her to feel like we were blowing her off because of this block party. So there was a text about
The date.
the date of the
Mm.
party and who was going to the party. And then there was a separate group text of going to our friend's house. And I didn't know who I was texting. I was like, but I don't want Berta to feel bad. I don't want her to think we're blowing her off. I don't want to, what should we say to her? What should we do? And all of a sudden, there's this thing that comes up. I'm in the text, Lore. So
I'm in
I
the
was
text, Lori.
Lori, I'm
Oh,
in the group text.
I'm in the. Oh, it's so funny.
Which
And I
is-
felt so bad.
Which is now our catchphrase.
Yes,
Yes.
Lori.
For
I'm in the.
anything.
I'm
Yeah.
in the group
Every
text.
I'm in
time
the group
Lori
text.
fucks up with something, we say, I'm in the group text, Lori.
You know what? I try my best. It's not
Listen,
easy being a Gen Xer
She
with
handled
technology.
it like a champ.
Listen, there was no malice involved.
No.
She was
course
just
not.
trying to have a side conversation,
Right,
and
right.
you
I
know,
was trying to be super nice. It always gets me in trouble.
yeah, no. So
Yeah. So that's it. It's just
That's our favorite Gen X.
yeah. It's
So-
just difficult with technology.
up.
By the way, when we concluded our last episode and you guys went upstairs and I was down here looking at our slides, I realized we forgot our last quote, but that's okay. We're going to do our quote now because
Well,
we're.
let's do a quote.
Yes. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. And honestly, I say that about, every successful person had many failures along the way.
many.
No one like out of the gate succeeds.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think so. Let's
Right.
hope not.
And listen,
Just keep trying.
that's what
Just get up. It just matters what you do when you fail. Just get the F up
Right.
and keep going.
Right.
Pivot and keep going.
It's interesting because your husband just said something very similar about how every day is a new day.
Every
Because
day's a
you
new
can't,
day.
Because you can't
He
do.
lives by that.
You can't
Listen, I
do
told you.
anything
And
about.
he'll say that, but-
he's like the perfect hype guy.
No, he is the perfect hype guy, but he'll say that at 9:15, and then at 10:15, he's like, "Okay, well, it's a new day." I'm like, "No, it was a new day at 9:15. Now it's the same day, and the same stuff is happening."
No, he's for someone who doesn't live with him.
Exactly.
He's a great hype guy.
Well, that's always. Isn't that how it always rolls?
He is a great hype guy. He's got a good heart, and listen,
For sure.
everyone needs a cheerleader behind them.
All right, before we close off, go Bills. Go Buffalo Bills.
Oh yeah.
I know you're going to root
Go
for Green Bay
Packers.
Packers.
Go
I know, I
Packers. Go
get it,
Packers.
but go Bills.
Listen,
you will
maybe
hear
we
me
can have
being
Bills
silent.
and Packers, and that will be a great podcast the day after.
The day after, because I can't
That could
do
be
live.
That
I
could
can't
be
do live.
That could be you too,
Yeah.
and I could be upstairs.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we can't do live.
Football.
I can't.
No, we can't do live. I mean, we are not that advanced.
It's not even that. Emotionally, I can't.
my
Like, I got to watch the Bills. I got to
Alright.
watch them. I got to, I got to be there.
All right.
Okay, you're gonna leave your phone off. You're not gonna be texting. You're gonna be looking at your phone when you're watching the Bills. See, that's yeah. Put the phone down and watch the Bills.
I mean, I always watch the Bills.
I know you
but
do.
I watch my phone too.
All right.
It's a problem. It's
Until
a real
next time,
problem.
thank you for watching and listening to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
And I'm Lori. Night night.